Oh shit, again this started. I didn't even mean for this thing to start fucking recording, but whatever. Good morning, friends. How are we today? Yeesh. I hope we're doing well. I am not moisturized. I feel very dry, and I don't like it. So, Burt's Bees, hand cream, it is. If I had shea butter, that's what I would be using, but I don't right now, and this is what I have. So, this is what we're doing. Hi. Yeah, sorry you guys. You need to moisturize myself. My room is very dry because of the heater that you can hear in the background. Because I have a tortoise that lives in here with me. So I like to have to keep her warm. Don't worry, she has a humidifier. There's a humidifier. I guess today I wanted to talk about, I guess, the rise and fall of civilization and shit like that. So according to Hopi and Native American legends, we're currently in the third world, moving towards the fourth. However, things like, Göbekli Tepe and the Tower of Babel and the Sumerian tablets all reference 6 to 7 different worlds. Yeah, that's right, I said it's 6, 7. Sorry, Lily, I did not mean to disturb you. This is my little girl, Lil. She's like 17, and I love her so much. So, currently, we are in, so we are located in the third dimension, and science has hypothesized that there are 14 different dimensions that we know of. We know of 14, but there are infinite amount of dimensions. There are different worlds, there are different timelines, different whatever, and like, this is scientifically proven. Like, you can look at the scientific research that proves all of this stuff. And I can and will be providing like reading materials and things if people want. But we're in the third dimension, the third world. The third dimension being the material world. And I think that, and that also, like, that's why 6, 7 is kind of important, honestly, because 6 represents the material, and 7, the mastery of the material, and 7 represents the 6 represents the material, and 7 represents beyond that. And talking the numerology, 6 represents, ooh, there was a cop car. The 1 is a new beginning, 2 is continuing on the path, 3 is like divine guidance and everything like that, 4 is you're on the right path, 5 is just do the thing, 6 is basically like you're forgetting something and letting things slip away from you. So remember, like step back, breathe, remember, whatever. By the way, in Harry Potter, when Neville has the forget-me-not, the thing that he's forgetting is his robe. 7s represent being on the right path, the continuation of the path. 8 in spirituality, we've taken 8, turn it on its side. It's the infinity sign. 8 equals abundance. 9 is coming to a close, and 0s are the infinite, the ending path, you know. So people typically see 999 or 9s at the ending of whatever. My relationship with the universe and numbers, I always try to, like, this helps me keep my thoughts in check, as well as, like, you know, try to dissect certain things. So the universe will communicate. You have your own personal method of communicating with the universe. Nobody can dictate that. That's you, and you set that up. Your intention, your ability to, like, whatever. You figure that out, you know, for yourself. Not everybody's way of communicating with the universe is going to be the same as your way of communicating with the universe. One of the ways that I do is through numbers. If you know me in person, you'll know that I say the numbers know all, because they do. Everything is made up of numbers, everything is math, everything is math, science, and just shit that we don't understand. Like, magic is just shit that we don't understand. Because our science hasn't brought us there yet. But if you look deep enough into science, into neuroscience, into biochemistry, into all of this, like, shit, if you look into interdimensional science and physics and everything like that, if you go far enough down that rabbit hole, it all leads you back to God. And I think that that is quite interesting. Because, like, when I was, like, 14, 15, I had this whole thing where I was like, oh no, I'm an atheist, I'm agnostic, I don't believe in anything, there's nothing out there, like, God doesn't exist and everything like that. And, I used science as my way of being, like, yeah, the science says this, and this, and this, and this, that's why none of that is true. Then I did more research, started learning more, started experiencing more, and what came to, like, the forefront of my mind was the fact and the idea that we are not alone in this universe, that we are lesser beings, and that something did create this. Something created us. Like, there is no way that what is inside of my cells replicates that the pillars of creation, that replicates fucking stardust. Like, that's fucking magic, okay? That's fucking insane, right? Whatever. But with this material world that we're in now, so in the is it a Gnostic point of view? I don't think that that is correct. But in a certain I'm gonna put it in here because I'm probably gonna forget it. So this point of view says that Lucifer created the earth that we live on right now, the material world, to give us the choice to choose between the material and, like, the metaphysical, you know. And a lot of people, what they have confused is Lucifer, the devil or whatever. So Lucifer means light bearer, the finger pointer, the one who, like, points things out, who notices things, he shines the light on certain things. So if Lucifer is the one who worked with God to create the world, to give humans a place where we can decide for ourselves if we're going to fall into the physical or ascend to the metaphysical, you know? Um, I think that it's very important while we're here in this world, we have to master the physical. We have to master what we were given, you know, in order to evolve into the fourth world according to the Native Americans, or into the seventh world according to like ancient Sumerian tablets and everything. All of these like different worlds and everything like that. So like, I don't know, God destroyed the world 6 times before. Some cultures say 7 times before we came around. And I saw a button yesterday that said, "Who would God bomb?" And I immediately went, either nobody or everybody, because that's the truth. He's either gonna let things play out, do the thing that they've been doing, or there's gonna be another cataclysmic event that wipes out everything, just as there was 6, 7 times before this. So like the spiritual, there's this guy that I follow. I also forget his name. That'll be here. Who did a really good breakdown of the spirituality behind the numbers 6, 7, and why they're important, and why all of these kids with this meme are fucking like actually like 6, 7 represents the mastery and completion of the material physical world. So when fucking, guys, I'm not good with names or anything like that. I'm really sorry. I try to be. But when fucking, what's his face said 369, damn, she fine. I know this was a thing that was going around on the internet for a long time. People were like, oh, well, was he really talking about, like, 365 days a year? Like, the fuck? Like, no. 369, that's the cycle, that's the completion. 9 is the ending path, 3 is the divine, 6 is the physical, 9 is the integration of the two. That's where you want to end up. And like in numerology, all of those numbers as representing, don't forget the mission, continue on, and you'll get to where you're ending up, is basically what those numbers are saying in numerology. Which, I don't know, dude, numbers are really fucking cool, okay? Numbers are really cool. My train of thought just, like, completely, like, derailed. It's gone. That's fine, but that's fine. So, my whole thing is that we can't ignore our physical realities because we're so in tune with our spirituality. The truth is, if you're so sucked into your spiritual self that you won't be able to reach what you want to reach because you are not acknowledging that you exist on a physical plane, and that physical plane has boundaries and rules that apply to you in a physical body. Like, you as a human being, as a person, like, your soul was given a body. You were given a vessel to explore and live this life in. And I know, not personally, but I've seen a lot of people who have gone down this rabbit hole of spirituality and just started to completely ignore the physical because they've seen what's beyond it and they want what's beyond it. These people aren't ready to ascend because they're ignoring what was given and trying to fight for more. And that's greedy, that's fucking greedy. It's greed right there. we were given a material and physical body to feel and explain things that we weren't able to just as souls, you know? So, y'all know about Pangea, right? Y'all know about Pangea. So when we were on Pangea, we were all one person. We were all, not one person, but like, we were all one people. We were all one race, and we were all one human, you know? Different human, but of the same, like, hive mind, basically. And we were able to communicate through telepathy, and, as a whole, with no... So, because everybody was able to communicate through telepathy, because everybody was able to, like, whatever, like, you could just see what was going on inside of another person's head, basically, you know? So, like, as one people thinking like that with like a hive mind mentality, we as humans didn't have a sense of morality. We didn't know wrong from right, and we didn't know up from down, lies from honesty, and whatever. Because we had no basis for that. It was just parts of a different whole, you know? Just doing the thing. And we became a problem. So then, God split Pangea into the four corners of the world and split us into 4 different races and gave us dominion over the 4 different elements. The white man had power over fire, the black man had power over water, the yellow man had power over air, and the red man had power over earth. And we were supposed to master these elements while coming together as a whole again. Like, the goal of it is the integration of all people, is the integration of the physical world. The physical world has to come back together in order for us to ascend to the next level, to the next world. And granted, yes, there are cases of like enlightenment and everything happening in society and all that, and we have cases of Buddhist monks who have gone and meditated and, you know, just like never come back to their body, so their fellow monks have encased them in stone to let them continue meditating. That is possible. Enlightenment is totally possible, but there are so many things that you have to understand in order to reach that point. And, like, there was this Barbie chick back in, like, 2007 or some shit. I forget what her name was. She was Russian. But her whole thing was, I want to live on a diet of light and air. And, like, science proves that you form your own reality. Like, you putting energy out there, like, energy responds to that, you know? It's science. Like, you're like a magnet for the things that you think and hear, and you broadcast that shit. So, like, if, like, as an example, next time you're outside and, like, you can't lock your car from a certain distance away, take your car keys, put it next to your head, don't do anything else, and just click it. Try to turn your car, or try to lock your car, or unlock your car from a distance, using your fucking brain waves, because your brain puts off electromagnetic frequencies, and your body communicates through means of electromagnetic signals. So, when you put electromagnetic signals outside of you, this is your intentions and what, like, you know, whatever, things will respond. That's why, like, if you are fully intent on, like, oh, I'm gonna open this fucking door, and, like, you notice that, like, the door starts opening for you before you touch the door. I don't know if that's happened to me before. I don't know if that's happened to anybody else before. I remember that happening to me. And I remember a lot of stuff happening to me when I was little, and then going to be like, Mom, Dad, guess what the fuck just happened? And then being like, no, you're making things up. So I would believe that I was making things up, when in reality, I wasn't. I believed as a child wholeheartedly that I could do these things, and I did. And then, when I went to go share these things, I was told, no, that's not real. So, I believed that, because the people in my life told me that that shit wasn't real. But it is. It's so real. It's real. The other cat, Argyle, has entered. Hi, baby. Yeah, he's gonna take a shit, and I'm gonna be mad because it's gonna get stinky. It's gonna get really stinky. Hi. So yeah. Fuck, man. Like, you have to stop denying yourself. Hi, baby. The physical reality. Stop denying yourself the physical needs, the physicality of everything, because you need the physical in order to get to the metaphysical. You know? Okay, what? Gosh. I guess, long story short, everything is energy. Everything out there is energy. You're energy. I am energy. My cat is energy. Everything, like, energy cannot be created or destroyed, only transmutated. It can only change into something of equal amounts of energy, you know? So the more energy you put into something, the more energy is going to come out of that thing, because it's fucking responding to you. It's a response system, okay? Like, I don't know. Alchemy is alright, bud. Alchemy is a great tool, and I think many more people should be studying. So, I'm gonna leave this video here, because this was kind of like a big jumbled, big nonsense mishmash muck of shit that I just wanted to spew out, because I've been wanting to talk about a lot of this shit for a very long time. There will be more videos coming on topics like this in the future. They will definitely be more organized, and I will be going more in depth about certain things that I have mentioned in this video, such as, like, you know, the Sumerian tablets. I could talk about more about Göbekli Tepe and the Tower of Babel and things of that nature. I also recently sat down to read some of the Torah. So, if anybody has any interest in learning what, you know, our actual scripture says, and, like, you know, what actual religious texts say, stay tuned, because those books will be coming. There are some stories in particular that I really want to share out of the Torah. Like, you know, the fact that our lifespan was cut multiple times, and that Jonah was 180 years old when he went to go meet with I'm really bad at names. Yeah. And that was after the lifespan had been cut like 2 or 3 times already, because humans had fucked up majorly. And with every, you know, turn of events that buried another civilization, again came with the shortening of our lifespan and our ability, like can't you, like, we've really been punished over and over and over again, and getting things taken away from us because we're insolent little fucking children to God, basically. You know? We keep doing fucked up shit, fucking each other over, hurting each other, fucking things up, and he's like, well, I mean, you guess you don't, like, it's like he's grounding us. Like, well, I guess you don't get to live 2,000 anymore. Sorry. I guess I could just take this language away from you guys. Sorry. speaking of taking languages away from us, the last man who speaks and writes ancient Sumerian, it's almost, he's getting up there in age, guys. He's getting real old, okay? He's getting really old. So, like, y'all better start learning ancient Sumerian, okay? Okay. Yeah. Read your books, guys. Don't pay attention or use AI. Spend as much time as you possibly can outside with your shoes off. Eat things that make you feel good. Do things that make you feel good. Move your body, you know, get outside. Use everything. Don't wear sunglasses. Not all the time. You can if you want to, but like that shit damages your eyes. Yeah, I don't know. This is a little bit different than my normal content, but that's okay. That's okay. I love you guys. Stay spiritually protected, man. Also, another thing I will say before I go is that when you start getting up there in your own levels of spirituality, the things that are down there start noticing you more. So make sure you do protect yourself, okay? Don't fall for no bullshit. Be smart, guys. Use them brains, because you have them. And we only use about, like, not even 10% of our brains. So there's all this shit up here that's just kind of going all the time. You should turn that blib 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 into computing. Okay, bye guys. Love y'all. I'll see you in the next one.